Namaste to all. We can start our studies. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. In our last satsanga, we had a bird's eye view of Bhagavad Gita, what it is, the importance of Bhagavad Gita in the practical life. What is the message or what guidelines we are getting from Bhagavad Gita? We had seen these aspects. After that, we entered into the study of Gita Dhyana. It is customary to go through Gita Dhyana as per our tradition before starting Gita studies. But however, we are not going to go in detail. But at the same time, before entering into a proper study of Gita, if we are paying attention to Gita Dhyanam, many doubts connected with Bhagavad Gita will be cleared. And of course, we will have a clear picture regarding what Gita is, how we have to approach Gita, so many things. So as it is so, even though not in detail, we will first learn Gita Dhyanam and then we will go to Bhagavad Gita. So last time we had seen we were seeing the first sloka. Let us remember that once more. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshine. Here we are addressing Bhagavad Gita. We are calling Bhagavad Gita as Amba, mother. Just as a mother protects her child and lead the child the goal. In the same way, Bhagavad Gita protects every seeker, give whatever guidelines he or she wants, and there is no doubt Bhagavad Gita will lead through the battle of this, to the battlefield of this practical living. So, O mother, I am following you. Amba tuam anusandadhami. O mother, I am following you. So this is the attitude we must have before starting Bhagavad Gita studies. O mother, I am following you. Following you means I am learning, and as much as possible, I follow the instructions I am getting from you. I will try to digest and imbibe the teachings you are giving, and will follow you in my life. Ambatva manusandadha. O Bhagavad Gita, O Mother Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is that which has been sung by Bhagavan. Bhagavan means the all-knowing one. The all-knowing one. Or in other words, one who is with all greatness, just like Aishwarya, Dharma, Yasha, Jnana, Vairagya, etc. That we have discussed in our last sitting, the meanings of Bhagavan, different meanings of Bhagavan. So this teaching, Bhagavad Gita, is taught directly by Bhagavan. That is the greatness. Bhagavata, Pratibodhita, directly instructed. Not that some others saying, Bhagavan instructed so. This is the teaching of Bhagavan. If somebody else is saying, of course, his own ideas, his own ideologies, all will creep into that teaching. But here it is not so. Here Bhagavan is directly instructing. This is a teaching given directly by Bhagavan. That is the greatness. Bhagavata Swayam. Then comes the question, which Bhagavan? As the meaning of Bhagavan is all-knowing one. There can be many scholars. There can be many scholars who knows everything. Then who taught this? Who is the teacher of this Bhagavad Gita? Then it is said, Narayanena Swayam. This piece of teaching is directly imparted by Narayana. This is Narayana. The meaning of Narayana is Naram Ayanam Yasya. Naram Ayanam Yasya. Naram means the whole of humanity. Naranam Samuho Naram. The whole of humanity. That means all beings. So who is residing in all humanity, who is residing in all beings, He is called Narayana. Naram Ayanam Yasya. Or we can say Naram is Jalam, water. The meaning of Naram is water. When all the manifestations, which are again divided into many worlds, are dissolved. Everything, all manifestations, all worlds, everything dissolved. Then what remains is all the karmas in the causal form. All the karmas in the causal form is symbolized as the water. And in that water, Bhagavan, he resides. He is like. So who is staying or residing in the causal water? He is Narayana. Another meaning of Naram is wisdom. To whom we can enter through wisdom, who is residing in wisdom, is Narayana. And there's another meaning, to whom we can enter. That means all Naras, all human beings, to whom all are entering, is Narayana. There are so many meanings. So that means Mahavishnu, the all-pervading one, who is protecting the universe, he is Bhagavan Narayana, and he himself has taught this Bhagavad Gita directly to Arjuna. That is Parthaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Swayam means this is a direct teaching, not explained by somebody else. No. This is a direct teaching by Bhagavan. That is the greatness of Bhagavad Gita. That is the greatness. Now there comes a question. We have heard that Bhagavan gave this teaching when Arjuna was in a state of confusion and despondency in the battlefield of Mahabharata. Yes. Then logically a question will come. How a man, a teacher, whether it is Bhagavan or somebody else, can teach such a long teaching in the battlefield when all the warriors are ready to fight? It was not a small battlefield. So many hundreds of thousands of warriors were ready for fighting, and practically the battle has begun. At that time, that too in the middle of battlefield, can a teacher give such a long teaching, which will take at least 1.5 hours? Is it possible? Can Bhagavan give such a teaching in the battlefield? Can you imagine? Others will wait for these two people to conclude. No. Then how it is possible? This is the question. Many a times this question comes. Here the answer is given, Vyasena Grathitam. Vyasena Grathitam. This has been made in the book form by Vyasa. That each and every word, each and every sentence of this teaching is not given by Bhagavan. Bhagavan taught Arjuna and Bhagavan Vedavyasa, he wrote in book form. So all the shlokas, all the words are written by Bhagavan Vedavyasa, not by Bhagavan. Bhagavan gave the teaching and Bhagavan Vedavyasa, out of compassion, he explained in 700 slokas. This aspect is clearly explained by Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya, in the beginning of Bhashya. There Bhagavan Bhashyakara writes, Tam dharmam Bhagavata yathopadishtam Vedavyasaha Sarvatnyaha Bhagavan Vedakyaihi Saptabihi Shlokashataihi Upanibabandha. This is a sentence we must keep in mind. Shankaracharya writes, that teaching which was given by Bhagavan, it has been made in the book form, shloka form, words by words, by Bhagavan Vedavyasa, who also is all-knowing, and who is Bhagavan himself. Who is Bhagavan himself? Bhagavata Vedavyasena. So, this teaching is given by Bhagavan Sri Krishna and wrought by Bhagavan Vedavyasa. Each and every word in this teaching are not the words of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, but are the words of Bhagavan Vedavyasa. Bhagavan Sri Krishna gave in nutshell this teaching, and that has been taken by Bhagavan Vedavyasa, and out of compassion towards the world, made it in the book form with 18 chapters, with 700 slokas, and he compiled that in the sixth parva of Mahabharata. So, Vyasena Grathita. Who is this Vyasa? It is said Purana Munina, by the Purana Muni. Vyasa is the sage Muni who wrote all the Puranas. All the Puranas are written by Bhagavan Vedavyasa, and that shows he is all-knowing. Because there is no such a subject which is left undiscussed in Puranas. All branches of knowledge, we need not divide them into spiritual, physical, or metaphysical, like that. All branches of knowledge comes within this the avenue of Puranas. So the Muni who wrote all the Puranas means he is the all-knowing. And this teaching is kept inside the Mahabharata, in the Bhishma Parva, and so it is said, Madhye Mahabharatam. Madhye Mahabharatam. In the middle of Mahabharata. There are two meanings. One is, the teaching was given in the Mahabharata battle, and therefore it is Madhya Mahabharata. The second thing is, it is compiled as a part of Mahabharata in the sixth Parva, and therefore it is Mahabharata, Madhya Mahabharata. In two ways we can take that. I don't know whether I am properly audible to you, because here it is heavily raining. Heavy rain means torrential rain. So that disturbance will be there. Are you hearing properly? If somebody can
Yes,
say,
Swamiji. Yeah, it's very clear.
heavy rain.
Yeah, there is no disturbance here. It's very clear.
Then what is Bhagavad Gita? Here it is answered, Advaitamrita Varshini Bhagavati Ashtadashabhyayini. So Bhagavad Gita is Advaitamrita Varshini. Advaitamrita Varshini means one who is showering Advaita Amrita. Now it is raining here. This rain is giving us water. But the rain of Bhagavan, what he showers, is giving Advaita Amrita. The Amrita, the nectar of Advaita. It's the immortality of non-dualism. The vision of non-dualism. There is no difference. Essential existence is one without a second. We are one. The world we are experiencing and the Ishvara who is controlling everything, and the Jiva who is experiencing these manifestations, all are manifestations of one same existence absolute. Of course, in the transactional level, there is immense difference between Ishvara and the Jiva. Of course, we are accepting that. There is difference between the world and me, because I am experiencing the world. I am in the world, but all these differences are only in the transactional level, and in the absolute sense. The existence absolute is one without a second. And everything else are manifestations of that one existence. That is the teaching of Advaita, and that is giving immortality. As long as we are considering ourselves different from the absolute existence, so long as that death will be with us. As long as we are considering ourselves as its body, mind, intellect complex, there will be death. No doubt at all. But when that realization is there within, not simple speaking, not lecturing, not writing books, but that realization is within. I am that absolute existence. I am that absolute reality without birth and death. When that realization is there within, there is no more death. Yes, transcended death. And therefore, the teaching of Advaita is immortality itself. And Bhagavad Gita is showering that knowledge. Showering means in each and every sloka, each and every sentence, we will get that teaching of immortality. So that is the benefit we are accruing from Bhagavad Gita. For that we are searching, and Gita is leading us to that highest goal of human life. How to transcend death. How to transcend all sorrows in life. How to transcend fear. All these are products of one same ignorance, and Bhagavad Gita is making us fit to transcend this. So Bhagavad Gita is called Advaitamrita Varshini. And she herself is Bhagavati. One, it is the teaching of Bhagavan, and therefore Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavati. As it is the direct teaching of Bhagavan, that is Bhagavati. Another meaning is, when we are considering Gita as knowledge personified, then she is having all the qualities of Bhagavan. Aishwaryam, Dharma, Yashas, Shri, Jnanam, and Vairagya. The 6 qualities which make somebody Bhagavan or Bhagavati. Gita is also having all the 6 qualities. So we are considering Bhagavad Gita as Bhagavati herself. This is not a piece of teaching. This is not a book for us. For us, Bhagavad Gita is not a book. It is the personification of all divine greatness. That is the attitude we must have with it. Then Gita will enter into our heart. Then the Mother Gita will shower all greatness on us. And Ashtadashadhyayini, this Mother Bhagavad Gita is having 18 chapters. 18 chapters. When we go to the study of Bhagavad Gita, we will get introduced to all these chapters. But let us see, from a state of confusion, from a state of despondency, Arjuna is taken to a state of liberation. That is, from Arjuna Vishada Yoga, Bhagavad Gita is taking us to Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. That is, from a state of despondency, from a state of utter confusion regarding what to do or what not to do. From that state of human life, Bhagavad Gita is taking to the height of absolute liberation, moksha, that too step by step, not all on a sudden. So if we are following Bhagavad Gita, there is no doubt that is trying to learn, digest, and assimilate. First, we are trying to learn this. Then, through proper manana, contemplation, rumination, we are trying to digest what has been taught. And then, if we are getting full attention, nididhyasa, real meditation, then we can assimilate what has been taught. That will take us to liberation, moksha, from all bondage, from all ignorance, from all sorrows. That Ashtadashatyayini Bhagavad Gita I am following. This is the oath taken by a seeker. This is the first attitude a student must have before entering into the study of Bhagavad Gita. Not a casual passing through. I don't know in which level we have to go in these studies. If we are very genuine and want to go into an in-depth study of Bhagavad Gita, how much we covers is not the matter. Oh, we covered the whole of Bhagavad Gita. No. If we can discuss sentence by sentence, word by word, and get the real meaning, if we are interested in that, then there is no doubt Bhagavad Gita will take us from a state of confusion to the state of, or to the level of liberation. That is Ashtadashatyayini, Amba, O Mother. O Mother, I am following you. This is the first sloka. As I have mentioned earlier, we can keep more time for question answers, interactive session, and in our next sitting, we can go to the second sloka of Gita Dhyana, followed by other slokas. But in the second sloka, we will see one great aspect of Sanatana Dharma. But the greatness of Sanatana Dharma. There are so many aspects, but one aspect we will see in the second sloka, that in our next sitting. So now, if you have any questions to ask, any doubt to be cleared, without hesitation, please ask. Host of this program will help you in that, so then we can have an interactive session. Namaste.
Yes. We have a question from the last class, and this is from Devidas ji. Swamiji, while Arjuna heard Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, almost at the same time Dhritarashtra also heard it from Sanjaya, while Arjuna transformed at the end, did any change happen in Dhritarashtra? If not, why is that?
See, this is a very good question. The answer is, when Bhagavan gave this teaching, two people heard this. Only Arjuna and Sanjaya. Leave Bhagavan Vedavyasa. He is all knowing. He can know anything and everything. So leave Bhagavan Vedavyasa. Those who heard the teaching of Bhagavan are Arjuna and Sanjaya. And on the 10th day, so this teaching was given on the first day of Kurukshetra War. First day. On the 10th day, that is after the falling of Bhishma, Dhritarashtra heard from Sanjaya. Not on the first day. Not when Bhagavan gave this teaching. No. On the 10th day only. What changes Dhritarashtra had after hearing this? See, Dhritarashtra, when we go into Mahabharata and try to understand his individuality or personality, is a very complex person. He knows everything. Dhritarashtra knows what is dharma and what is adharma. Very well he can understand the teachings of dharma. Just imagine, it was to Dhritarashtra the greatest teaching Sana Sujadiyam was given. He can hear everything. He can understand everything intellectually. Intellectual understanding. But when coming to the practical life, accepting mentally, he was a big zero. Because when affinities towards so many things, identification with children, if they are not here, I will not be here. I am what they are, and they are what I am. And soft corner towards Duryodhana, all these things are there in Dhritarashtra. And even though he can understand everything intellectually, in practical life, he cannot follow those teachings. He didn't follow those teachings. And therefore, Dhritarashtra might have been in a more complex situation after hearing Bhagavad Gita. Instead of having more clarity, he might have fallen to more confusion and sorrows, because knowing something and not able to act. But after the death of all the children, he didn't stay in the capital. He wanted to go to forest. That means by that time, all his thirst for physical enjoyments, everything has gone. Because all the knowledge he had with it, he knew everything. But that association, that identification, it was there. So of course, Dhritarashtra also benefited from hearing Bhagavad Gita, there is no doubt. But it took more time to get that light. That is the difference. Namaste.
Thank you, Swamiji. Ranjani ji, you can unmute yourself.
Namaste, Swamiji. Thank you so much for your beautiful explanation. I wanted to ask you I wanted to understand your point about the fact that Bhagavan gave the knowledge to Arjuna and Vyasa expounded on it. This was a question my father used to often ask me. So are you saying that the knowledge itself was really, because Arjuna was so great, was very quickly given to him, and the words that we see are that of Veda Vyasa?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That is, It is written by Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya, Tam Dharmam. We focus on that. Tam Dharmam Bhagavata Yathopadishtam. Bhagavan gave the teaching, and that crux of the teaching, what happened? It has been Vyasena Grathita. It is composed by Bhagavan Veda Vyasa. Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, Saptabihi Sloka-1 Upanibabandha. He Upanibabandha means transcribed. Transcribed to 700 verses. Who? Bhagavan Veda Vyasaha Sarvajnaha. The all-knowing Sarvajnaha. Bhagavan. He himself was Bhagavan. And Veda Vyasaha, who edited the whole of Vedic literature. So such a scholar, Bhagavan himself, the all-knowing one, he compiled this. The whole of the Bhagavad Gita is written by Bhagavan Vedavyasa. That we have to keep it. The central teaching, the crux of the teaching, of course, it was given by Bhagavan, Sri Krishna. And this was written by, compiled by Bhagavan Vedavyasa. However, this is Bhagavad Gita. So both are Bhagavan. Yeah.
Swamiji, we can go to the next question. From my limited understanding and from today's session, studying Vedanta, including Bhagavad Gita, is not just about learning the words or memorizing the verses and meanings. It's about internalizing it and allowing them to shape our character and way of life and much more. How can an ordinary person enter this path? What practices, attitudes, or disciplines help a student progress from intellectual understanding to truly living in it? In other words, how does one become a sincere and appropriate student on the path of Vedanta?
It's a very good question, a practical question. And the answer is, if we are sincere in our seeking, Bhagavad Gita will take us. There is no doubt at all. And please understand, there is no somebody as extraordinary in this world. Always we are calling ourselves as ordinary. I am quite ordinary. How I can learn Bhagavad Gita? How I can learn Vedanta? Because Vedanta is not simple intellectual understanding. It is much more. How a common man like me can follow? Please understand, everybody is common. Everybody is common. There is no extraordinary here, because this is a Shastra. This is a Pramana. In the case of Pramana, if it is 1 plus 1 equals 2, for me it is 1 plus 1, 2. For you also it is 1 plus 1, 2. Because that is Pramana. 2 plus 2 is 4. For me and for you. So, as in the case of all other studies, first we must have intellectual understanding. To have that intellectual understanding, as this is a text in Sanskrita, if we do not know Sanskrita, we must hear from somebody in a language which we can understand. That is the first stage. When we hear, questions will come within. We have to ask questions. And after getting the verbal meaning, just as in this case of all other studies, we must try to digest. We must put our effort in that. We must put our effort in that. We must try to digest. If we can, then the other part will follow. When we are eating, let it be a feast. Many items are there. We have to chew, and when it is put inside, digestion will happen. And if it is digested, then assimilation will happen. It is quite natural for a healthy body. So we are that healthy beings. If we can hear, it will enter into our brain. Then the process of digestion will happen. It will go to our heart. When it is in the heart, we will start living accordingly. There is no doubt at all. So let us learn. Don't put a brand as we are some ordinary people and these teachings are for some extraordinary people. No, this is for common man. And therefore it is given to Arjuna. Arjuna was a most ordinary man with all emotions, with all intellectual abilities, with all emotions. Quite ordinary person. So don't think that. So have attention, have sincerity, and understand it is for me. It is for me. Bhagavan taught this Gita for me. Through that, we can enter into the whole of Vedantic studies. Because this is the summary of all Vedantic teachings. Namaste.
Thank you, Swamiji. Smitaji, go ahead.
Namaste, Swamiji. Today you explained Bhagavan have six gunas. Whoever has the six gunas, they can become Bhagavan or Bhagavadi. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more, please?
See, the word Bhagam. Bhagam means a bunch of six qualities together. Six qualities put together in a bunch is called Bhagam. What are these six? Bhagavan Vedavyasa explains in the Vishnu Purana, Aishwaryasya samagrasya dharmasya yashasa shriya jnana vairagyayoschaiva shannam bhaga itirita. There is another version, itirana. First is Aishwarya, the ability to control everybody. The ability to control everybody and everything. That is Aishwarya. Ishwarasya bhavam Aishwarya. Or it can be wealth. It can be wealth. But first meaning is Ishwarasya bhavam, the ability to control everybody and everything. Then dharma. Dharma consciousness, feeling for the world, that inner quality of caring the world, sharing with everybody, understanding the order or the scheme which is holding the whole universe together, that is Dharma. Righteousness, that is Dharma. Then Yashas. Yashas is fame. Fame in the world. And that too, which is coming from auspicious living and deeds. Not in fame. It is fame. Then Shri. Shri is wealth and money. All the affluence in life. All the greatness coming from that. Jnana. Knowledge or wisdom. Knowledge or wisdom. Then Vairagyam. Detachment or dispassion. Even after having everything, all the wealth and power, having detachment within, or fullest dispassion, that is Vairagya. When all the 6 qualities are there in one man or woman together, it is called Bhagam. And one who is having that, he is Bhagavan or she is Bhagavati. How it is derived? Bhagam asya astidi Bhagavan or Bhagam asyaha astidi Bhagavati. There the pratyaya is Madhup. With the Shabda Bhagam, the pratyaya Madhup is joined and Madhup will become Van or Vati in the case of masculine and feminine. That is how Bhagavan is derived. Namaste.
Thank you, Swamiji. Those are the only questions we have for tonight. So I think we can end the session.
Yes, we can conclude now. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.